Guys, Pren here. I'm sorry we're back to the cell phone. Fucking the GoPro. I had like maybe 2 hours worth of footage. I was doing some cutting, fucking sparks were flying. I thought, everybody's gonna dig this. And the goddamn SD card fucking tanked on me. So this video unfortunately is gonna be back on the iPhone. Sorry guys. Alright guys, if you remember I was humming and hawing about what setup I'm going to do. If I'm going to do a dual battery remote or if I'm going to do a side-by-side. Well, I did get the Genesis side-by-side, and after looking at it, it's a great product, but I started getting concerned about the weight that's going to be on this, on the fender down there. And I read that some people had issues. I know he redesigned it and such. I'm still going to utilize it, but what I'm going to do is just use one battery on it, and then I'll have some space to mount a compressor here and an ACR on this side. And I'm going to move and the remote battery will be there. I think that'll still distribute the weight better, and then I'll still have room to mount the compressor and whatever else, the ACR and anything else I want. So what we did here is I had to take out the air box. I used some cardboard to make a template. Now this template, I got the idea from, let me think of this show, Bros 4Speed. I'll put a link to their video. They made something similar for their little compressor. So I did the same thing. I'm just going to modify it a little bit to put a battery on there. I'm bending 16 gauge steel, which is it's pretty strong. Had to put a lot of muscle into bending it, but I'll show you guys how I did that. And I also moved, I still don't know what that is. I think it might be related to the alarm, because originally I thought it was the horn, but I got the horn over here, so I don't know. So in either case, that's the next step now. I bent the bracket up already. I'll show you guys. I do apologize. I had everything recorded on that GoPro like I said earlier, but then a goddamn thing screwed up on me, so it is what it is now. Take you over to the actual bracket. Hopefully this thing's cooled down now. Yeah. So I had to heat the shit out of this and bend it up, and I used basically 2 angle irons and a vise to make it act like a brace. I would put it in here, then hammer it or pull it, whatever I needed it to do to that was a weird fucking stutter there, my apologies. Whatever I needed to do in order to get it to the shape, the rough shape that I needed it at. I know it looks ugly and shitty right now, but hopefully after we get it squared away, we'll get it looking nice with some paint. I might actually use like bed liner on this, I'm not sure yet. And I just used a basic torch to get it heated up. In hindsight, I wanted to get an acetylene torch set up, but I just don't have the room in this fucking mess, so I have to clean all this out and get some new tools. So that's where we are right now. What I am gonna do is, I could have used the template I made to drill out the holes, but I'm not sure if this is 100% exact like the cardboard. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, those 3 prongs that are coming out of the, like the floor of the engine bay, I'm going to put a little like either toothpaste or maybe some lipstick there to mark it, push this down on it so I know where to drill the holes. That's my plan anyways, see how it goes. So right now what I'm doing is I have it laid on top of those posts, and I'm just trying to feel underneath with my fingers to make sure that I have enough of room from the corner to wherever the, disregard these markings, are totally off, but basically to fit the bolt on for those posts. So we're just trying to fit it up right now. All right guys, so I marked up my posts. I used lipstick, had to borrow some from my mother. I know that's weird as fuck for me to say it, but that's what happened. And these 2 bolts, posts, they were okay where they were, but that one was a little bit too close to the corner. So what I'm gonna do is, the vise pinching didn't really work that well, so I'm hoping I'll get the 2 in and either I'll use something to give me leverage to pinch it in while it's in the truck, or I'll use like a big C-clamp to kind of squeeze it in so I can kind of get a little bit more real estate on the flange for that post. Alright guys, so what I did is I drilled out these 2 holes for the posts. I used a 3/8 drill bit, and once I got it in there, I marked it up again with the lipstick and for the back one. And what I did is I put these 2 posts in, and then I gorilla'd it to get it to squeeze, so I had a little bit more real estate on this flange now, and that should be pretty good where that is, that we can fit a nut on there. So I'll show it to you guys when it's all done now. All right, so I got it in now on all 3 posts. There's only a few areas I have to I'm gonna trim a little bit there so we don't hit that that piping over there. But I think for the most part it's definitely secure. Now the question is, I'm gonna bring the battery in and decide whether that's gonna be stable enough for it, or I need to build some kind of frame with angle iron. But I'll probably put the air box in just to test fit to make sure I have enough clearance and such. Well, we're fucking getting there though. Okay. One other thing I'm going to do here on this side is put a little bit of some edge guard or something. Basically the same thing that I put here, but just a little bit smaller. And the reason I'm doing that is because I don't want that boot getting cut up, and also the wiring on the side now, because we moved that horn or whatever it is. So just to add a little insurance, I don't really feel like cutting this. And for the piping now, I already marked my lines of where I'm going to cut it now, and we'll take it from there. All right, so I had to do a little bit of trimming here because it wasn't sitting low enough, and the posts are pretty close to the hood when it's closed. So I cut an angle here because there's kind of like a valley here, so I wanted it to sink in more. And now it's pretty good. I don't believe it's causing anything. I didn't see a mark when I closed the hood. So I think that's going to be it. Next thing is going to be figuring out a strap. I'm getting pretty fucking lazy now, so I'm thinking about just getting a tie down or something. And then painting this up, and I have to go to the hardware store to get some nuts for these. I forgot if they're M6 or what they are. But I'll figure it out. So that's where we are. I think I'm gonna wrap it up for today, guys. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for part 2. Thanks. Hey guys, just one other thing I wanted to say. My wife taught me a saying, it's hindsight's 20/20. That perfectly fits here, because I don't think I would have done this again if I had to. I'd probably just order like a remote tray from SDHQ or something. I think last week I looked and there was like a delay of a couple weeks. That's why I said, screw it, I'll fab my own. But bending that 16 gauge, man, whew, that was a nightmare. And maybe it's because that little propane torch I have doesn't get hot enough. I mean, the flame's blue, so I'm assuming it's the same. It gets just as hot as anything else with a blue flame, like an acetylene torch. But I don't know. If anybody knows, give me a comment on that. I don't really know much about those torch setups, but I would like to get one. I'm not sure if it's worth it. So anyways, I'm getting burnt out with the truck. I've been on it since Christmas. I have a snorkel still. I have the long travel set up for the front. I just ordered the king shocks for the back. I'm slowly starting to collect the back pieces up too. I'd like to do everything all at once. I'm not sure if I'm going to do it myself or just drop it off. Like a lot of you, you know, we're busy with work. It's kind of fucked up, right? Like when you're younger, you have the time to do this shit, but you don't have the money to get any of this stuff. Then as you get older, you got the money, but you don't have the time to do this shit. It's just something ironic, I guess. Anyways, I would like to get on the Harley and start fixing that up, because the summer will be here soon. And I would like to ride something. Everything in this garage is just a paperweight, but they're my paperweights, so I guess that's good. So in closing, guys, thanks for watching. Any questions I can answer, please comment or let me know, and I'll do my best to answer. And this is part one. Looks like I was hoping to get this done in 2 parts, but looks like this is going to be a long mini series just on the dual battery setup. So we'll see how it goes. Deuces.